Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to the video. We're going to be looking at the LT-432 on Paris, and I'm bringing you this video just to show you something really close, because I haven't had one of these close games in a while, and Paris is interesting because on this map, like, there's really not a lot to do at the beginning of the game. I try and get into like one of these like trees or bushes here in the middle, and from here what you can do is basically just spot this area of the map. There's not much else you can do. I like to try and spot if anyone's going to come to this mid area. I like to spot this, but other than that, there's really not a lot to do. And I had a comment about this map, and people say, it's a decent map if the game is close. And I think the one comment was basically like, any map is a good map if you can stay alive. And 100%, man, I 100% agree with that. And I think the only issue with being in a light tank on a map such as Paris is there's nothing to do until that time comes, if it comes, right? You really don't know. Put this back up like this. I had someone request to have the default up. I think it's this one, isn't it? I don't know. Anyway, on a map like Paris and all these other city maps, guys, you can't really do much until the game does get close. That's why a lot of light tank players don't like city maps. Now, if the game is close and it ends up being like a 2v2 or whatever, then yeah, it gets a lot of fun, because what ends up happening is there's very few tanks on the map. You kind of know where they are, and you have the mobility to be able to flank them and do basically whatever you want to do. So there we go, finally came back and worked. So what happens is, until that point, you need to find something to do, right? Like, you don't want to be completely useless in the battle. So what I try and do is something like this, where at least I'm sitting here, I'm spotting Borsk, I'm spotting SU-130, I'm spotting all these guys coming around the corner, so at least it's giving my team information and doing something, right? This is the problem I have, is I never want to sit and feel useless, but you have to find an area where you can go to at least try something, right? So I get a shot into this guy, I end up running to the wall, and then Scorpion's coming after me here. And this is good. Like, when you end up taking a shot, sometimes people will get spotted trying to come after you. So now we know where the Scorpion is. We know where a lot of these guys are. And yeah, this game is starting to, like, our team's starting to fold, basically. And this game looks like it's going to come to a close shortly, because we're losing a lot of ground here, right? Like, we have probably only a third of this map at this point. So I'm looking here, I'm trying to get shots at these people that are pushing in. The even 90's a one shot, he's going to die soon, and he dies. And now it's just a matter of me trying to cover the Scorpion. I know that eventually I'm not going to be able to do this with my firepower, but I'm going to sit here and support the Scorpion until that point, because I know likely that the Hawk will join him. And probably these guys will come this way, but I'm hoping, you know, until that time comes, I'm able to at least get some shots off and assist this dude. So here we go, we're taking shots at him. The T-44 is going for the Scorpion, obviously. And if I can get this guy's track, I can keep him still. Put another shot into him. I go for the Hawk again, and now I'm going to look for another one into the T-44, but at this point, it's a little too late. I can see that the Hawk is, you know, turned around and running after me now. So I get one more into him there, and I'm just running away, man. That's all you can do, guys. You got to run away. But I see that this guy, he's coming right after me, man. He's a one-shot, so I might as well stop and take that shot. And now I'm just watching the Lorraine, because the Lorraine will clip me out, and I swear I can't drive on this map, man. You see where I'm going? This building sticks out, and I'm like, I always drive like this so I can see where people are on the map. I drive away with the camera facing this way. And yeah, this guy saw me, and luckily I'm able to get out of here quickly before he hits me. But just something to note, guys, like, I always drive away with the camera like this. I think I have to start turning it back from time to time to see where the heck I'm going, because I drive into so much stuff. But I wish you could zoom out a little further. Like, even with XVM, man, like, on the replay you can kind of do it, but it's hard to zoom out this much in the game. Like, it just doesn't really allow you to. So I'm gonna get here. You can see the game's still kind of close. Ferdinand is not in the greatest of areas. I kind of wish he came back to like here or something, but with that vehicle you don't have a lot of mobility. So I realize that he's now sitting where he is, and I want to come help this guy. So I almost wish I had stayed here, because then I would have had the shots on the Lorraine. But I'm able to come up see the Lorraine and take shots at him anyway through this knockdown tree, and likely he won't spot me from here. I take a shot here, I miss him. I thought that probably would have went in, but it just misses. And yeah, now this guy's a one-shot, but at this point, I want to go after this guy. I'm looking at the map, and you have to assess all this stuff in real time. I'm looking at the map, and I'm thinking, you know, I should probably go after the Lorraine and like do something like this and come this way. I think the Lorraine realized this. He realized, like, dude, I'm a one-shot. I need to get out of here. So I make a play to do something like this, right, guys? Because I want to get, at this point, I want to start trying to, like, flank these guys and do unpredictable stuff. Because I know that it's likely the Defender and the SU-101 are going to lose this matchup here. And if I tried to run in with them, I would be in the same situation. So as a light tank, when it gets to this situation and you're pretty certain that you're going to lose, you have to try and, you know, find really just something different to do other than sitting with your teammates, right? I know I always talk about sticking together with your teammates, but in a situation like this, you don't really want to be here because you're going to continue to get flanked from different sides. So in this way, I need to support them from somewhere else, is basically what I'm saying. I need to do something else and keep other people occupied and stuff. And I do just that. The Viper starts coming after me, you can see here. And it gives the Defender and the SU-101 kind of a clean or more fair fight, if you want to call it that, in the south. So now it's basically a 2v2 here. Likely they're still going to lose, but I have the Viper's attention and he wants to, you know, come after me. He's not going to be able to flank these guys if he's not looking in that direction, right? And you can see he's still paying attention to me. This is exactly what I want. And these guys are able to clean up the Caliban. And look, this is a fair fight now. Chrysler ends up cleaning back the heavy tank up, and then he's going to eventually also get the SU-101, and I'm coming over here to see if I can help him. I'm able to get one shot into the Chrysler here. Before the Viper comes around, I'm thinking, all right, let me try for one more here, and we don't get it there. No pen on the LT-432, you know what I mean? So I'm now running away. The Viper probably doesn't have me lit here. I'm 38% concealment. And, you know, T103 is like talking me through all my plays. Like, I wanted to type in like, dude, I appreciate it, but I don't really need it, but thank you. But I continue to relocate here, and what I'm going to do is just something new each time, right? So like I come up this way, I can come up through here, I can come all the way around if I had the time, but I think the Viper gets on the cap as well. But you just want to keep relocating when you have the time and the mobility to do it. You want to keep popping up in new areas. So I come down this way, I'll come down this way to reset the cap. I can come up like this if I want to as well. This might have been a better option, but because I had come from this way, I didn't want to return to the same area. So I came up into the mid, guys, and you'll see what happens here. I try and do a quick kind of spot from this side. I'm looking to make sure I don't spot them from here, but resetting the space is a little tricky. I'll show you kind of what happens here. I'm going to whip around. I'm going to turn around because this is something simple that a lot of people wouldn't do, but I turn around here so that way when I poke and take my shot, I can get out because you accelerate a lot faster going forward. I can get out of here. If these guys decide to push around like this, I have to get all the way down this road before I'm safe. So this is just a quick tip if you're ever doing this, right? I come around, I take a shot at the Chrysler. Chrysler gets just the back of me there, and I relocate, I run. I have 25 seconds to do so. So I'm going to come out, I'm going to get unspotted, I'm going to make them think that I'm maybe coming back this way. I'm unlit now, and now I'm going to come this way. I could go even all the way down to here, but I figure at this point, like, there's no time, right? Like, I need to try and spot these guys and get this. So I come this way, I'm not spotted, not spotted, not spotted. Keep this in mind. Okay, get a shot into the Chrysler, I light him on fire, really, really lucky, okay? And that's great. Now, at this point, it's like, where's the Viper, right? I'm thinking at this point, the Viper is like on the very edge of the cap here, like at the front, because maybe I just didn't pull out enough. This is kind of a rookie mistake because when I poke again, you'll see, I'm waiting to get unlit, right? I'm going to poke out again, and you'll see that it actually ends right here. I have the view on the whole base. I thought the base went maybe a little further to the front, but it is possible that this guy could have relocated and he's sitting behind this tree here. But look at this, right? I'm backing up, backing up, backing up. I don't see this guy anywhere. Likely then, at this point, he's either like at the very edge here somehow, but you can see the circle, right? But I'm not doing this in the game. I'm looking like this, so it's kind of hard to determine exactly where the base ends. I end up taking a shot over here, but likely he's probably in this area, right? You would think. What I find remarkable, guys, and I don't know how good the concealment is on the Viper, but I also wasn't spotted, so it's very possible that either one of you, you'll see right here, that I end up spotting him. He's right here. This is where I spot him. I'm going to kind of go into detail on this. So I'm here. It's very likely that because of these bushes, that this guy didn't spot me, because these bushes are solid. And so Sixth Sense doesn't go off for one. I could have not waited long enough, but I'm pretty sure I wasn't lit up until this point right here, until I spotted him. He might not have even spotted me. I think that these bushes, and this is the thing with the what's the word I'm looking for? The mechanics of this game, right? You have bushes right here, the Vipers right here. We're probably 100 meters apart from each other, right? It's wild to me that I'm sitting right here as I come past this tree and all, that I cannot spot this guy through these bushes. He's behind technically 2 bushes, I guess, from that angle, so that's probably why. But you would think with CVS on my light tank and like 490 view range that I would be able to spot this guy. You would think 490 view range plus CVS on the scouting slot, which is knocking down like 15 or 20% concealment or something like that to bushes, that I would be able to spot this guy at that range. I mean, it's wild how the mechanics of this game work, and how people don't understand that when people are in bushes this deep, you need to get literally 100 meters away. If not, this might even be less than 100 meters away, because this circle I think is 50 or something, I'm not sure. This is like 100 meters away, and people don't realize how risky it is as a light tank to try and spot people in bushes. Like, can you imagine if this was Prokhorovka and I had to get this close to this guy just to spot him, and like how much, basically fire that would put me into, right? Like crossfire and just danger. People don't realize that. Oh, light tank, go spot. Like, I'm telling you guys, like, people don't realize the game mechanics of this game and how much concealment you can actually get from bushes. I have CVS and 490 view range, man, on this tank. So anyway, guys, I ended up losing this game. You can see, but I poked here. I didn't see this guy. I took a shot here, and then at the very last second, took a shot in here. And yeah, would I have been able to beat this guy anyway? Probably not. I mean, he's a 2-shot to me, and I think this guy could. I think he needs 2 shots to clean me up as well at 470 HP. But with the armor on this thing, I take 1 shot, and then I have to kind of like try and flank him or something. He's up against the building. He can easily turn his tank like this. I don't even know if I would have been able to beat him if I knew where he was, right? And he knew where I was. So this is just one of those replays to kind of show you guys again how concealment works, how much bushes can add to your concealment, and just wild game mechanics stuff, guys, right? I could have won this, but like I said, even at the end here with the Viper being a 2-shot to me, like it's tough, man. It would have been tough, and I did what I could, but really what happened here is I just wasn't really, I guess, smart enough to take a shot into these bushes. I had figured this is where the guy was, but with my game knowledge, I would have thought that I would have spotted this guy for sure, because the Viper just doesn't have, at least from my understanding, doesn't have a lot of concealment. It's a big freaking tank, man. It's like a T-28, right? So yeah, just wild game mechanics stuff, guys, and that's it. That's all I have to say about this. But I really wanted to emphasize kind of what happened here, so you could see like how difficult it can be to spot people, right? And just wild, man. So here we go. Let's take a look at the end plates, and I'll let you guys go. 2,068 damage. I did 6 module damage, 3 kills, and lighting the Chrysler on fire was also pretty lucky. So maybe I got the luck against the Chrysler, but not against the Viper, and couldn't spot him, right? He played a good game, though. He did 1,900 damage, and he did what he had to do, and he won this game for his team. The Chrysler also played a phenomenal game. They probably wouldn't have even made it this far if he didn't play as well as he did. And, yeah, we're like top by, we're second by experience here. I think we're third by damage or something like that. And we made a good amount of coin here. I was still running, like, I think personal reserves and stuff like that. But yeah, 18 shots fired, 15 hits, 13 pens. Not bad for the LT-432. We only had 386 assist damage, but keep in mind this is Paris. And again, 2k damage. What are we getting? 2,400 combined, something like that. And that's it, guys. You know, I hope you enjoyed. I know it's a defeat. I hope you enjoyed it, though. I think it's very, very informative to just show you how the game mechanics work in situations like this, and also how to play it, right? I mean, you got to keep repositioning, relocating, and I think I did everything right. It's just, in the end, man, at 100 meters, apparently you can't spot a Viper through 2 sets of bushes with CVS and 490 meters of view range. But is what it is, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Catch you for the next one. Bye-bye now.